And I can't stop thinking about you, but what you gonna do? And you know I'm feeling good like that, so what you gonna do? And I can't stop thinking about you, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Oh, baby, you can free my mind and nothing's gonna take control. I need something that I could never find, boy, you got it and it ain't for sure. Hey, oh, baby, won't you take my hand and never ever let me go? But it's time for us to take our stand, show the world that we're a miracle. That's all I wanted from you, a little more attitude. Oh, how can I refuse? 'Cause you're the one that I choose. 'Cause all I wanted from you was for our love to come through. There's nothing else I can do, but you're the one that I choose.
Happy Wednesday, everybody! And it is the last Wednesday of May 2023. It's the 31st. Hope you are all doing well. I literally just got back from a very special visit I had today. I wasn't able to talk about it until now. And even then, I have to keep a lot of it hush, hush, hush. And I won't be able to say more until tomorrow and then the day after. But to begin with, I went to see my good friends at nDreams. Where's the S? nDreams, plural. They're all about dreams. I've just got back from nDreams. I went to say hi to them. Some of you may remember Jimmy, who was on the show many months ago. Unfortunately, he wasn't there due to a family emergency. Fortunately, everything is all good with him now. Much love to the whole family. But I got to meet lots of amazing devs, fellow VR enthusiasts, and I got to play some games. What games, you ask? Again, can't say anything. So you'll just have to wait and see until I am allowed to say. But what I will say is, in the corner behind me, I have a big old goodie bag with lots of goodies, because that's what's in a goodie bag, goodies. It's a very well attuned name. And yeah, I'd love to show you what's in that as well. But things will come all in good time. So look, I'm going to keep things absolutely real. This is going to be a real DIY show today. My initial plan was I was going to be staying at a hotel tonight at around the corner from the studio and hosting on my laptop. But I didn't want to do that because next week I'm going to be on vacation and I will be taking my laptop with me and I will be doing the show from my laptop. And last week we did the show an hour earlier due to the PlayStation Showcase, and I was just like, we need to get some consistency back. So I was adamant to get back in time and play, from my studio setup, and that's exactly why we're here. So hope you are all doing well. How is everyone doing? It's good to see Callie Timecat in the chat. We've got Melanie. Hope you had a great birthday last week. Loop of the Underground Game Cat, who's asking about the puzzle. There's no puzzle this week. I have no slides prepared. That's how it's been. There's some other things I'll get to in a moment. But something I will say about today is it's Q&A day. And so if you have any questions you would like me to answer, we're just going to chill and chat for the next 50 minutes. And I'm happy to answer any questions, although if they're questions about where I've been, I will have to be very political with my answers and defer a lot. So yeah, do put a Q at the beginning of your questions. It's just so that when I do a search, I can find them a lot easier. And we're just going to chill and have a good chat. But let me just say hi to a few more people. Who else we got here? We got Mark. Good to see you here, Mark Pringlesleaf. Kira, it's good to see you here. Game Cat Photo Nutter, good to see you here. Mulyoon. It's me, the guy you beat up in Creed Boxing. Would you believe I became famous this week for asking a Naughty Dog dev if they and factions are still going? He replied saying everything was fine. Oh, there we go. Well, send me a link to the tweet. I wouldn't mind putting it up on screen. It'd be good to see that. Kiro, it's good to see you here. And Apuck, it's good to see you here. He says, I knew he was going to say nDreams. A few content creators went like Gamertag and Beardy, Banjo and Mike at VR Oasis. It was really cool hanging out with all of them. I mean, they were all super nice, but Mike was really helpful with, tech setup and that, because I did manage to capture some great footage of me playing some particular games. Let's have a look here. Right, I'm just saving some of these questions as they're coming in. Matster, good to see you here. So the reason it's a bit floundering is many of you will know that the last 6 to 7 weeks I have been in overdrive with my full-time job. I've been working on a set of feature videos where I've been presenting, also directing, and producing in many ways, working with my good friend Alex and his co-worker Alex, and because I'm away on vacation for a week, and then a lot of this is getting launched the Monday I get back, it means I have to get it all pretty much done this week. But here in the UK, although I do think it may have been the case in the US as well, we had a national holiday on Monday, so cross off Monday. That's 4 days. Today I had the day off taken because I was going to see nDreams. Cross that off. I'm now 3 days. We've already had Tuesday, which means I have 2 days left before going on vacation, which is well and truly earned. I'm going to be enjoying time with my parents and my brother and his other half. It's going to be really, really good, and I can't wait to switch off. But as I said, I will be doing a live show while out there, and we'll be still doing PSVR without parole. I am absolutely exhausted, and so when I've not been working on stuff, I've been sleeping, and so late last night when I was preparing for today in terms of what I was doing during the day, I was like, should I do a few slides for this show? But I was like, it's a Q&A day. We can just chill and chat, and I can tell you like the important stuff as well. So yeah, I just want to say, huge thanks to everyone for showing up. I hope that you're all doing good, and I do have some exciting updates that I can talk about. Yeah, we have had a lot of. I think in May, because of the coronation of the King, we had an extra national holiday, so we've had 3 Mondays off this month. But I don't know about you, May has felt like a very long month anyway. I mean, I'm looking on my calendar, I've got 5 rows, and obviously this is the 5th show, because our first show was the 3rd on a Wednesday, and that was when we did the Mental Health Awareness Month. Then on the 10th we did, was it 50 Ways to Make You Smile? Then on the 17th, we had Ash Millman on. And then last week, we played Google Feud. And now we're chilling out with a Q&A. So, I am very, very tired. But it's been a really good month. And so much has been going on behind the scenes. We've basically had an extra week off, and May's still been 8 weeks long. It really does feel like that. I'm just saving some of these questions. A lot is coming in. Wow, some interesting questions here. Get them on the chat sometime, Mike. Yeah, Mike I got on really, really well with. And again, everyone was super nice. All the devs were awesome. Just had a really, really good time. So, yeah, super, super good. Roy, good to see you here. Let's go with this straight away. Looper says, be honest, did you star as the main character in Jedi Survivor? Do I look like him? Maybe a little bit, maybe. Yeah, so, all right, here we go. We're good here. The Ash show was a highlight for me this month, just because I'm in the process of getting a lot more guests on the show. And to be honest, I have a lot of plans for this show that are in the workings, but I just knew that with these few weeks, it was going to be pretty full on. And me taking vacation and dealing with work. So basically, as we enter July, I'm really, really excited because, I've just got lots of really, really exciting things planned. Hey, Lesser, good to see you here. Next month will only be 4 shows, so June will be over soon. But do you know what's happening in June? Is we have the 100th episode of Myles Dyer Live. And I did receive through the post. I don't know if it's down here, actually. No, I've already been ordering things to do on the show. I haven't got them with me now. But if anyone does have any ideas, be sure to join our Discord. It's called Empathy Arcade. The link should be actually in the first few lines of the description. Join our Discord if you haven't already. And in the Myles Dyer Live channel there, you can give your thoughts. I'm asking for, what you'd like to see on the 100th show. There's a few special things I've got planned, but they're in the works at the moment. Not all will go to fruition. But yeah, that is all very, very exciting. My goodness, some of you with your questions. And thank you, Roy. Honestly, it's a good way to end actually Mental Health Awareness Month, because for me, I think far too often in life we focus on what we haven't done and not what we have done. And so I've mentioned before the idea of having a list of 100 things. It's what our CEO at our company talks about, which is really great, which is, every day you have 100 things you need to do. But 20 of those 100 things have to be done. They're super important. But you only have the ability to complete 5 of them. So you have 100 things to do. 20 of them have to be done, but you can only do 5. And it's a very liberating thing to realise that you are going to have to stop some plates from spinning that you feel that you need to. And that is life. And then the other component that I've already mentioned, which is, it's very easy to just constantly think about, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. But I'm thinking about what I have achieved with this channel and all the things that we've got happening this month. It's been amazing. I mean, we've launched the Discord like over a month earlier than that was planned. It's still kind of in a soft launch period, but everyone who's been in the Discord has been amazing. It's been really great chatting with you all and lots of great conversations. We had Ash Millman on, really big guest, really awesome show. It was a fully produced one, as you could see. I put a lot of effort into it, and it really shined. And I've really got into the flow with the Let's Plays. Some of you will have seen that I have recently updated the studio, because initially, let me find this for you here. I mean, actually, I updated this studio this month, didn't I? So I got this done. Dude, I've done so much this month. This is the thing, is a part of me is like, oh, this feels like such a lull. But the truth is, so much has happened. Let me find the picture. Here we go. I'm just throwing up on the computer so I can drag it across. So this is my downstairs studio in my living room. And that was my setup with the green screen. So as you can see there, it's just a ragged bit of cloth, but it worked fine. It worked fine. But the problem was it wasn't quite high enough, especially if you're reaching above your head. You don't need to worry about the floor area because people aren't going to see below your knees, even when you're sitting down. So that was my VR setup. But now I got it upgraded, and this is what I've got now. Oh, is it going to not do it? Yeah, so that's my green screen setup, and it's been really, really great. Now, I'm curious to hear your thoughts, because the Let's Plays have been excellent. They've been going really well. I've been really, really pleased with all the feedback that's been going there. And by the way, if you've been sending in questions with a queue at the beginning, I am saving them. So yeah, it would be awesome. Just, man, so much in the chat. Thank you for all of this. I'm just skimming through it, getting all the cues, making sure I'm not missing anything. I was expecting your background to fall back and you'd be in the studio the whole time. It was a fake background. I actually did that once when I'd worked for Channel Flip, a YouTube network. I had the green screen of what my normal home studio is, and then it changed. It looked all right, but a lot of people did suss it. But yeah, I am just loading up something else I'm going to show you regarding Let's Plays. So, I've actually been trying to work out how many PlayStation VR 2 titles have already come out so far, and with some just around the corner. And I think I've worked out, because I've actually done a full list of the PlayStation VR 2 store. There are, let me find this now. There are 102 PSVR 2. App UK, all these questions about like dismemberment and that. Are you curious about all of these, or are you just making stuff up? My goodness, some of these questions. I'm saving them all though. So there's 102 VR titles. There are, on average, one coming out every week. So naturally, I'm not going to be able to play catch up. Now, we had a 3-day weekend last weekend, and most people would use that to take time off, right? People would use it to relax and chill, and I did a little bit of that. But I also used it to prepare, and I'm going to show you now. You ready for this? Yeah, let me share my screen for this. Let me just do preview mode 1 second. I just need to work this out. Check this out. Cool. Here we go. So, I spent the weekend designing, I kid you not, almost, I think I've got some gaps. No, I haven't. So, I've almost done them. I have designed a thumbnail for every PSVR 2 game that is out or is about to come out. And so what it means is I'm at the ready to basically do Let's Plays for these VR2 titles. So some of these aren't complete yet, but a lot of them are. And so I'm basically looking at doing a Let's Play for every PSVR2 game. I'll show you one of my favourites. I mean, let's just go down here. We got Across the Valley, Afterlife VR, After the Fall, Altair Breaker, Another Fisherman's Tale, Awesome Asteroids, Beat Saber. You know, a lot of good stuff there. So yeah, a lot of Myles, that's nuts, but smart. Well, it's called content batching. What you do is you focus on one thing and you do it again and again. It took me a solid 2 days because I was writing the video titles, the descriptions, and then also doing the thumbnails for everything. Yeah, it's a lot, but I'm determined because I'm really enjoying the Let's Plays. The feedback from you has been great. They're the most watched content on my channel. And I do feel that when it comes to my Let's Plays, you know, a lot of non-gamers out there still enjoy them because you're literally seeing me in these virtual worlds. So I'm basically working out how I go about playing all of these because I've always said that Let's Plays are at the weekend. And so what I'm thinking of doing is basically at the weekends, I might do multiple streams. So what I might end up doing is I do like 2 on Saturday and then 2 on Sunday. But I kind of want to keep it that way. So Wednesdays are still Myles Dyer Live. Fridays are still PSVR Without Parole. And then at the weekends. However, as you know, I'm going to be on vacation from Saturday, which means this week's Let's Play, because I won't be doing it until the following Sunday. I've got a real treat for you. Let's see if I can find it. Have I not got it on here? If I've not got it on here, I'm gonna have to. No, I haven't. Right, I'm gonna have to load it up on here for you. 1 second. You ready, guys? A lot of you know what I'm going to be playing. On Friday because I've said it already. But for those that don't know, you ready? Because you're in for a treat. It's Cosmodread. Now, for those that don't know what Cosmodread is, it is a new horror game where you're basically in the dark on a spaceship that you've got to put back online. The reality is, it looks amazing, but the reality also is, it's going to absolutely terrify me. I'm going to have the heart monitor on, and I'm really, really not looking forward to it. It's a bit like Dead Space, innit? It's very much like Dead Space. And so this is going to be taking place Friday. I believe it's going to take place at 9 p.m, so same time as this show, and I'll be doing it for an hour and 15 before I get ready for Gamescast Live. So, yeah, I'll be scheduling this up later tonight or tomorrow. You don't want to miss this. I am going to be a horrible, horrible jelly mess getting popcorn for this one. Yeah, I don't have a trailer for it either. But yeah, and it's not like Dead Space in terms of gameplay. Well, I think in terms of mood. But yeah, and Myles, don't burn yourself out. Now, I appreciate that, Mark. And the reality is I'm always keeping myself in check. And I'm very much looking forward to taking time off. And so I think keeping the Let's Plays for the weekend means it just gives me the flexibility that if I'm at a weekend and I've only got time to do one, I do one. But if I have time to do 4, then I can do 4. As opposed to declaring like, oh, I'm going to do one on Thursday or I'm going to do it on Friday. That is when I think it's going to really mess me up a lot. And yeah, it's a big month for June. Big month for June. And I appreciate that. It's something I've always tried to communicate. And, you know, is the stuff that you see on the show is just like the end result of what I do. The stuff that goes on behind the scenes, running it all myself whilst working a full-time job. It's full on. I mean, even just putting this table together, this desk behind me took a good few hours with my dad. But it's all been possible thanks to the amazing support. And so I want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's subscribed to this channel. And if you haven't, please do subscribe and ring the bell. It's a huge thanks to those that, you know, turn up in the live chat, you know, comment, engage, press the like button. But also for those that watch on replay and comment. And by the way, if you have any questions and you're watching this on replay, feel free to put them in the comment section of the video and I'll do my best to go through them as well. And then, of course, to the members, those of you that click that join button and support me for as little as a coffee a month, it really means a lot. And a lot of this infrastructure that I've been working on in May is to like basically future proof that I'm not going to have to get burnt out in the future. One of the reasons that I changed my studio with the green screen is because it used to take me like 40 minutes to set up because I'd have to get everything set up from scratch. Whereas now I pull it down and I'm very used with how everything else works and it just makes it a lot more seamless. I can set up a VR live stream on a push in 10 minutes, which is excellent. You know, that's a big improvement. And as for this show, I have a lot of guests that want to come on. And once I get back, I'm going to be able to start booking them in and start planning. I already know what next week's show is going to be. It's going to be a really, really good one about AI generative art. That's all I'll say on it. But yeah, just to say that, for example, Discord has been amazing. Obviously, we brought that forward. It was not meant to be coming out until June. Merchandise was the priority for this month. Well, that's now flipped around. But it does mean that Discord is having, you know, a slow start. I've, you know, been on there, but I want to start doing like, you know, a weekly voice chat on there, perhaps post-show after these shows or maybe at weekends and stuff like that. So we could all hang out together. We can organise, you know, VR games together, whether it's like walkabout mini golf and stuff like that, or playing games within Discord that you can do as well. So there's a lot of things that I want to be able to do with you guys, and I just kind of I like these end of month shows because it's a really good opportunity not just to answer your questions, which I'm still saving, but it's a good chance to reflect. And when I think about everything that's happened this month, wow, like I've sorted out my studio downstairs, I've updated this studio and improved it. I've, you know, had a really good set of shows, and I'm just really, really grateful. And my channel is turning around as well. So yeah, App UK still coming in. Hey Salvador, good to see you here. And yeah, Vitamin G. Do you know what, actually? It was my dad's birthday at the weekend, and on Monday I went for a barbecue, and John, one of his former colleagues and friends, was there with his other half. And John was the friend I mentioned who introduced me to Vitamin G. And so I told him about you all, about how amazing you are, about talking about this very thing. I showed him this. And I said that when I get merch done, I'm going to give him a Vitamin G mug. And he says, oh, send me 2, because he says he named someone that he learnt the term Vitamin G from. So I love how that comes full circle. I mean, it kind of feels very self-referential, isn't it, of like expressing my gratitude to him for introducing me to Vitamin G. And he was quite blown away because it was kind of a passing comment when he said that. Let's have a look here. Wow, just sorry, I'm saving more questions. I've got 12 questions saved at the moment. And yeah, I will pass on the happy birthdays Yeah, we'll definitely have to get him to tune in for sure. So yeah. Oh, right, cool. All right, I think we're good for right. Hey, Siago, good to see you here. Good to see you here. But yeah, sorry if I'm in a bit of a weird mood. I'm just exhausted. It's been a really long day, and I literally parked up with 5 minutes to go. Came up here, turned this on, set the timer, and then I went to get myself a drink and stuff like that. But how's everyone else feeling? How's everyone else feeling about month? I mean, we normally do this. Let's do the vitamin G stuff. What's everyone grateful for this week? I'm just grateful for how much progress has been made, and it's very easy for me to focus on the stuff that hasn't been achieved. But that is all things that can be worked on the following month. And so, yeah, I'm incredibly grateful for it all. I love this. I love some of these suggestions coming in. There we go. This is it. I love this. Vitamin G is just spreading. It's just spreading. I love it. I love it so much. This month has taken forever. It's been a very, very long month. It has been a very, very long month indeed. But we made it. We made it. Kiro says, got a new car this week and the deposit was waived due to a special event that timed just right. Amazing. Yeah, huge respect for Mark, who did his first time in 20 years doing a stand-up, and really glad that went really, really well. He's been sharing a lot about it on the Discord. So yeah, do join the Discord, everyone, because I know that unlike Twitch, when I end a live stream on here, it just closes the chat. Well, Discord is where we can go afterwards, straight after. So yeah, if someone can share the Discord link, it should be in the third line of the description. Glad to get back to work after 10 days holes. Well, that's good. That's good that you have that feeling. Sometimes it's nice to get back into the routine, get back in the flow of stuff. So yeah, absolutely. That's really, really, really cool. I feel like my lighting isn't right today. I don't know what's going on. Does my lighting feel different today? I feel like something's up with it. Maybe not. I don't know. Callie says, this week goes to my union rep. Had a very reassuring meeting as I needed to discuss some very stressy difficulties. Well, I'm glad, and hopefully those got resolved. I'm grateful Twitter lets me interact with devs to get the answers I need instead of just believing what's written about them online. Yeah, I mean, Twitter, as much as I've always disliked it and glad to have it deleted off my phone for many years, it's a really great community for virtual reality and speaking with devs. And although I lost my blue tick, thanks to Elon, I did buy in the last week or two Twitter Blue because I wanted to start uploading like video content from my live streams, and to maintain, get high quality, you need Twitter Blue. So I've just been testing it, and it seems to be doing quite well. So yeah, that's been pretty cool. So thank you for sharing them, everyone. But there's never a better time to share your vitamin G moments than now. And that means even after the show. But yeah, right. Let's get to some questions. Here we go. And let me get some background music. Let's get some background music on. Let's have a look here. Here we go. And don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. We've got less likes than people watching, and I love you all. Melanie Black says, what have your dreams been telling you lately? Do you know, I haven't been dreaming for a while, but the last 2 weeks I've been having a lot of intense dreams. I think it's just stress. Because I've been like getting good amounts of sleep, but I've just been having really, like, I wouldn't say nightmares. You know when you have dreams that are just really like horrible? do you still regard them as nightmares? Because for me, I regard nightmares as dreams that like really frighten you or really mess you up. These have just been unpleasant dreams. So what have they been telling me lately? I'm stressed. I need a vacation. Yeah, that is what they've been telling me. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? Or well, I want to ask the chat this. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? I think crocodile. I've eaten crocodile. No, alligator. I've had alligator, but I know that's probably not weird to a lot of people. I keep dreaming about a horse. 5 nights on the trot. Very quiet, that sound effect, unfortunately. I look like the guy on Ancient Aliens. Aliens. But yeah, alligator. Wow, you've eaten urchin, jellyfish, and sea star. What's jellyfish taste like? Is any of that true, Mark? I know all sorts of weird stuff people have. Next up, should we have more or fewer public holidays? Technically more, because I believe in the 4-day work week. And the reason, maybe that's a topic for another show. The 4-day work week would make people much more productive, and it's kind of what I've learned working remotely. So when I work remotely during my job, I can put laundry on while I'm getting on with stuff. You know, when I want to walk away for a few minutes, I can do. I'm not at work at an office worrying about all the things I've got to do when I get home and am I going to have enough time to do it. And with a 4-day work week, what it means is you have 4 days to just absolutely smash the job that you do. And then you have a 3-day weekend, which means you get time to rest. But you can spend that Friday, if it was to be on a Friday that you have as the extra day off, you can spend that working on laundry and housework and errands and all the other things that you would normally have to cram into a weekend. So, sort of an indirect way of answering that. I wouldn't regard them as public holidays. I just think it should be a part of society. 4-day working weeks, and I know they're trialling them in some countries at the moment. What's the most embarrassing moment of your life? Probably when I pissed myself when I was in Cubs. I really needed to go to the toilet, and I wasn't able to go because the leader would always say, "Oh no, you can wait until afterwards." So I was holding it in, and we're all stood in a circle in Cubs with our leader in the middle, and then suddenly I couldn't hold it back, and I just started pissing like a fucking racing horse. Just everyone's in a circle, and there I am just pissing on the floor. And we're wearing shorts and that, so it wasn't discreet. And yeah, but it did change the policy where we were then allowed to go to toilet beforehand if we needed to go. It wasn't that teacher thing anymore of going, "Oh no, you have to stay here." Obviously, incredibly embarrassing, but that's fair enough. Just piss on him, deserved it. But no, as soon as you asked that, yeah, alligator. So I did have it in Florida. I'm sure alligator was quite common. Looking at some other stuff, you had a bunch of salt on your cornflakes. Does that count? That's pretty strange. But yeah, blimey, that couldn't have been. Yeah, so I had a great purpose. I pissed myself for the greater good. That was it. Technically not your fault. I don't know, man. But it's interesting when you said embarrassed, and I look back, I'm like, you just, certain moments in life leave traumatic memories, and I remember that because then I never lived it down. I was always known as the guy that pissed himself at Cubs. How old are you at Cubs? Oh, so you're 8 years old to 10 and a half. See, I thought I was older than that. Move up to Cubs. Yeah, so you're in Beavers from like 7.5, 8.5. So yeah, Cubs is 8 to 10.5. We have. I'd be proud of that one. Take one for the team. Yeah, I know. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I was a revolutionary. Great. Thank you, guys. You made me feel way better. Made me feel way better now. Right. Let's go to the next question. Have you ever gone viral for something unexpected? P.S. Sent you the evidence on Twitter. Well, thank you for sending me that. Have you ever gone viral for something unexpected? I mean, yeah, I had an article written about me that made some pretty slanderous lies, and it went viral, and I was hated by a lot of the internet for it, and that was maybe like 12 years ago, which led to me going through some immense trauma. And really changed my relationship with the internet. And actually is around a story that I have mentioned over the last couple of years that I do want to sort of tell my story. I do want to tell it one day. So it's definitely going to be something I do post episode 100. But it was something that I only wanted to talk about when the time was right. So yeah, just to kind of say, I guess stay tuned for that, because that's going to be an episode where I don't think I'll have a countdown. I'll just go live, because it's going to be a weird one to do a countdown for, because it's a really fucked up story. But it's something I'd want to talk about because firstly it might help others, but also because it is going to be the last bit of closure for me on something that I've had to deal with for like 12 years, and it was in therapy about 4 or 5 years ago that I finally made it. Excuse me. I finally made a breakthrough. So yeah, God, these questions are bringing out good answers actually. Well done, everyone. What would you do if you found a dead body in a hotel room? Call room service. Don't know. Ask for a refund. Is there a PSEC this year? I know you meant PeepSec, but because we were talking about me peeing myself, it feels quite just. PSEC. Just in a sec. Just pee for a sec. PeepSec was actually cancelled, and this project that I'm working on instead has gone in its place. And I'm really excited for you all to see it. So yeah, really, really, really good. Dio's a green screen have to be a particular shade of green? I don't know. I mean, it needs to be a bright green. The way I would describe green screen is it just needs to be an unnatural colour, because obviously you don't want it to clash with anything that you would normally be wearing or anything in your surroundings. So I would say it has to be quite a bright, vibrant green, because it's a colour that people aren't really going to wear. And it just needs to be a flat colour, because what you're doing is on the computer, you are basically, using a pipette on a pixel and going, anything that is this colour, you're now going to remove, basically, and show this instead, this background. But then what you can do is you can change the threshold, because if you have it really specific, you're like, it has to be exactly that colour. So if there's a bit with a bit of shadow, okay, it won't do that because it's different. But then you can widen the threshold. I mean, look, I can do it here, actually. Watch this. I'll do this as an example. So, have I got this here? Can I do it here? Green screen. Yeah, watch this, right? So I can do green screen here. And then blue screen. Like, if I do blue screen now, you see this? And then I can do the fade level. So if I do it on lowest, it's only finding the blues. But then if I widen it, it's eventually going to remove me because it's so wide. Do you get me? So that's when it's most specific, because there's a lot of blues there. Look, you see the blues in the background and stuff? And then you can widen it and it just consumes. But that's without using an actual green screen. So that's it. And you can do transparent, so it's just, okay, that's kind of scary, no eyes. Oh my god, that was kind of freaky. And you can just ask it to blur the background. Yeah, it's interesting. But there you go. Horrifying. Wow, you just became a brick wall. Yeah, now we all need therapy. Now we all need therapy. Yeah, I do apologize for that. But yeah, wow, some really big questions here. Hasn't everyone had slanderous rumours spread around them? Potentially. For me, it's about the scale of it. Like, yeah, I've had rumours, but when you have literally hundreds of people wanting you dead, it's hard to ignore. Oh, right. Wow, some of these questions. So I'm just going up now. Right. Careful, Pink Floyd might come after you for royalties. Yeah, maybe. Right, let's have a look here. What body part do you wish you could detach and why? I don't wish I could detach any part. I'm happy with them just being where they are. What body part would you want to detach? Did you use Lenser for many of those thumbnails? You're talking about the thumbnails that I did here. And the answer is yes. I went and I did lots more. I love that one. But the thing is, Lenser, it's never exactly accurate, but that's why I do it. This is why I like it, because the whole point is these are virtual reality. They're meant to look a bit off. They're meant to not look exactly right. See, some of them haven't been done yet. I love that one. That was an old one I did. Humanity. See, a lot of these haven't been done now. That's going to be called Mastering the Art of Hand Egg. If I ever get round to doing it. But yeah, Lenser, I've got about 600 images. I actually used an app that was recommended, like it's been said to be better than Lenser. It uses very similar tech. And it was absolutely terrible. It was called YouCam Perfect. And the stuff it came out with, just... I got a refund because it was so, like, literally none of this is usable. But it came up with stuff like this. And it's just, nah. Whereas the Lenser stuff, oh, there's so much good, like stuff like this. These are really, really great. The only issue is a lot of them cut at the top, so like it makes it limiting for like the thumbnails and what I do. But I do love all the anime ones. These are really cool. Just super cool. I just love all the different styles you can do. Me as a knight. And then sort of cartoony ones, like comic ones. This is the one I used for the Beat Saber one. Love it. I think that's a solid one. And then got some really eerie ones like this one. Me being operated on. It's and then the sketch ones are cool, but I don't think these are going to be usable for thumbnails. And then like the Apocalypse ones are epic, although some of them are really freaky. Like, what's this about? And some of these are really creepy. That's the one I used for the After the Fall one. And then they've done If I Was a Robot. This is like kind of cool. Kind of cool. But these ones are great. Like proper adventurous style. More anime ones. I like all these things here. And then some of them, man, out of this world. That's cool. That's like proper stylish. I like it. Yeah, some of these Rockstar ones. Pretty badass. That was the one I used for the C Smash one. Yeah, these ones. Look at these. And where's the... Yeah, look, man. Badass. Just badass. And then got some more. This one's like a fucking Dead Space one or something. You want to see this one though? This is Superhero. I have never looked so good. I have never been so in shape. Do you know what? This is not actually an AI render. That's actually just like a... It's made a cartoony version of it. I definitely look like that. It's... Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, we like these. We like these ones. And then you got some more stylized ones. Oh, I've just got so... I'm literally skimming through. There's so many. The yeah, you after a month of Seems or Knock. I got these ones that are like devil ones, but these weren't particularly good. Like the horns seem to have thrown it off and that, and like don't really look like me. Myles started checking pictures himself. Well, I was asked about the lens of stuff I've used for the thumbnails, so I just thought I'd show you the different styles and that. But yeah, that's it. I've sort of gone through them all now. But there you go. 6 packs are for wussies. I've got a keg. Yeah, right. Moving on. Next question now. Does it stress you out that PSVR 2 is getting VR Skater, Pixel Rip, and C Smash all in 1 month? How do you find the time? You've got to cherry pick games, surely. Not enough miles to go around. Well, look, I mean, it means that I don't get to spend time playing just the games I want. But I've always found VR is a really great platform where you get to dive in and out of stuff. So, yeah, for me, that's totally cool. But yeah, this is why I'm kind of wanting to put down the gauntlet and go, I want to try and get through as many Let's Plays. I mean, look, there might be some weekends where we do 6. We'll do it at like 7 p.m, 9 p.m, 11 p.m. You know, I don't know. Or maybe do it a bit earlier. I mean, you can do it a bit earlier at weekends. Might even do a day where it's just like, let's just do. But you can't do too many or else it becomes saturated and then it kills the channel. So, I don't know. It's a lot to work with. Serious question. When was the last time you used your gaming rig and how many clothes are on it? You're talking about for my my driving rig. I haven't used it in about 2 months. Sick. Yeah, because I've been filming stuff at work for 6. So yeah, I think I haven't used it in about 8 weeks. and I definitely want to jump back to it soon. I'm one of the Let's Plays is going to be Gran Turismo 7. Mark, what was your favourite toy growing up? Master System, Mega Drive. I mean, it was always the consoles and stuff like that, for sure. How about a dad Let's Play? Definitely will get my dad involved at some point. That would be cool. Are you making and performing music? Unfortunately, not anymore. I had a conversation with my best friend, Hugh, to see if we were going to work together on a new music project. But the reality is I just don't have the time, especially with how everything's going with VR. I'm stretched for time as it is. And I am going to miss it. And hopefully there will be an opportunity again in future. But for now, yeah, nothing there. What would your top tips for digital content strategy? I mean, it's all about consistency in terms of your tone, in terms of your offering. It's making sure that every time you make content, people are clear what you're about so that they can subscribe and stick around, if they want to support what you do, and they know that you're going to be constantly delivering that. Have you ever been close to dying? How? Yeah, when I was little, I was in a field and a horse turned around and kicked me. I went flying. My parents thought I was dead, and then I got up and I was all right, and they were very shocked by that. So, yeah. Right. Got time for maybe a few more questions, and then look, that's it. We're at the end already. So yeah. Any final questions? There's a lot more I could talk about digital content strategy. I mean, it's what I do as a job. But yeah, as that would be a whole conversation for a whole episode. But yeah. Have you watched anything you've liked a lot in the cinema this month, or come to think of it on streaming? No, I've not watched any shows or anything. I wanted to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I've just not had time. I've literally been working, sleeping, or working on project stuff. Like, my social life has been non-existent. Yeah, I haven't seen my best friend in a good 2 months. So I'm going to be making that happen. But yeah. It's like calling last orders, yeah. Here's a tip: try not to yawn when live streaming. I know, I apologise. It's just lack of oxygen to my brain, clearly. A whole episode on content strategy would be great. I'm working too hard. I am, and that's why I'm looking forward to the vacation, because it will reset me emotionally, and then I can come back with a real view in mind. So yeah. Also, I'll be able to think about show ideas while I'm on vacation, but do it in sort of a spacious environment, not just I finish doing work here, cook myself dinner, eat my dinner here, because I don't have a dining room table, and then clear up and then come back to this desk and work some more. It's pretty full on. So yeah. Where am I going on holidays? I'm not going to say that, but it's going to be a staycation. But it's going to be on the coast. It's going to be super nice, and I might talk a bit about that next week. So, yeah. All right, everyone. That takes us to the top of the hour. But, yeah, I just wanted to sort of have this show as a way of just, answering some questions. But also just to say a huge make us guess. You're welcome to guess. You're welcome to guess. But I will let you know next Wednesday. I so hope that you'll answer history-changing question. Then I'm ready for bed. Let me find that. I must have missed that. Because the thing is, when I'm looking at questions, here it is. If you would have to... Okay, that's a good way of asking it. If you had to change something in the past history, what would it be? I mean, just straight away, the thing that comes to mind is stopping the Holocaust, but I'm wondering if there's anything. I think, yeah, I love everyone's guessing, but yeah, that's probably quite a boring answer, but I just feel like in recent history it feels like the obvious one, but that's just me. All right, well, on that dark note, yeah. I am going to leave it there. So I just wanted to give an update. I wanted to say, I have to admit this episode and last week's episode I felt a bit more downbeat about. But it is just because, you know, you have ebbs and flows. But the truth is, things have been going great, and I can't wait to sort of get in the flow with like Myles Dyer Live. I've got a lot of like plans for, and it's all going to be really, really good for that. And yeah, asking if anyone is up for Walkabout Golf. Please do join the Discord if you haven't already. There's a Let's Play section and a gaming section, so feel free to meet up with others and decide on, you know, what you want to play together. But yeah, okay. I'm going to leave it there, everyone. I'm literally going to bed now. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting some good sleep. Although first I probably should speak to Brian because I need to catch up with him about where I've been today. And I'll be telling you all about it in due course. So have a wonderful rest of the week. I will be scheduling a Let's Play on Friday. That will be before PSVR without parole. It's going to be good. But yeah, I love you all. And interestingly enough, even though this was an episode I didn't really have a lot planned for, a lot of you showed up, and I really appreciate you all for it. So yeah, if any questions come to mind after the show, put them in the comment section below. And yeah, we will take it from there. So yeah, have a good one. I will leave it with you to give me your final thoughts, and I will see you next time. Love, respect, empathy, and adios till next time. Peace.
Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes. Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes. Thought I saw you on the road. I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes.
Retro Dre, you did, but that's all right. I'm still here. During that, I was actually looking through. I would love to turn this round right now, but I would be in so much trouble if I showed you what was on the other side of this metal sheet. I I was just looking through all the merch I've been given and seeing if there was anything I could show you now, and there isn't. Some exciting announcements are coming up. That's what I can say. Yeah, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. It's always wonderful spending time with you, and I'm very much looking forward to getting some rest, having a good vacation after a stressful game of Cosmodread. Cheeky, very, very cheeky, very, very cheeky. But yeah, have a wonderful week, everyone. Be good to yourselves. And also, if you ever have ideas for Myles Dyer Live topics, do let me know in the Myles Dyer Live Discord thread. You know, it's a really good opportunity for you to get involved. But if you want to know what I'm going to be talking about next week, this is it. It's about AI generation. Have you seen this? They've basically taken classic art pieces and then asked the AI to generate the rest of the photo. So for this classic piece, this is what it looks like. And I know some people are very upset about it, thinking that's just destroying art. But I'm like, you can still appreciate the genius of the original piece whilst also being like, it's amazing that AI can do that. And they've done it with lots of different classic art pieces. So we'll be talking about that on next week's show, as well as album covers. They've been doing it with album covers, showing you what the rest of the album cover looks like with what it's surrounded by. Super, super interesting. So, yeah, we'll talk about that. So have a wonderful night. And we've gone too far. We've gone too far. And definitely, I know Discord is new for a lot of people. Just check it once a day. Chime in. But if you don't want to use it on a couple of days, that's totally cool as well. The community is always there. It's just a place for us to hang out afterwards. So, yeah. Have a good one, everyone. Much love.